Good morning, everyone. We are continuing with Merging with Śiva, chapter 19, entitled Love of the Gods, from 1978. We just have a small amount left. The Hindu looks to the gods for very practical assistance. He devoutly believes that the gods, from their dwelling in the third world, are capable of consciously working with the forces of evolution in the universe, and they could then certainly manage a few simpler problems. He devoutly believes that the gods are given to care for man on the planet, see him through his tenure on earth, and that their decisions are vast in their implications. Their overview spans time itself, and yet their detailed focus upon the complicated fabric of human affairs is just as awesome. When a devotee settles upon his Ishta Devata, the one God to whom his endearment and devotion will be directed, that deity assumes the position of his spiritual parent. Many of you are parents and know the inestimable value that correction and timely discipline serve in the raising of children into responsible, mature adults. The gods are our spiritual parents. When a devotee is not living up to his best, betraying his own silent vows taken unto himself, his Ishta Devata, or personal deity, is present enough in his life, alive enough in his mind to know this. The God has the ability to scan ahead in time and make a sharp and often painful adjustment or severe penalty in the life of the devotee to protect him from an even greater impending tragedy or mental abyss. Lesson 133, How the Gods Work with Man. The gods do not treat everyone alike. The attitude that all souls are equal and subject to equal standards of right and wrong behavior is not an Eastern understanding. Nor is it the way the gods view the souls of men. There are younger souls and older souls, just as there are children and adults. They live worlds apart in the same world. Souls living side by side may actually be hundreds of lives apart in their spiritual maturation, one just learning what the other learned many lives ago. The gods discern the depth of the soul, and when they are approached, they see the devotee not only as he is, but as he was and will be. They help the devotee in understanding within the sphere of intelligence which they command. Often one God will primarily direct one's specialized mind stratum. He will come to know the problems and nuances indigenous to that mind region. Thus the same misdeed performed by three souls of different ages under similar circumstances as viewed as three different misdeeds by the gods. An older soul is more aware, more able to control himself, and therefore more responsible for his actions. He should have known better, and finds that his transgression brings painful retribution. Another less mature soul is still learning control of the emotions that provoked that misdeed, and he is sharply scolded. Still another soul, so young that awareness has not yet fathomed the laws of karma, of action and reaction, and who remains unawakened to the emotional mastery the situation demanded, is lightly reprimanded, if at all. The gods in their superconscious judgment of human deeds and misdeeds are infinitely fair and discerning. Their judgments are totally unlike the notion of a God in heaven who arbitrarily saves or condemns. In Hinduism, all men are destined to attain liberation. Not a single soul will suffer for eternity. Therefore, the gods in their deliberations are not making what we would consider personal judgments. Their decrees are merely carrying out the natural law of evolution. They are always directing the soul toward the Absolute, and even their apparent punishments are not punishments, but correction and discipline that will bring the soul closer to its true nature. Now, of course, human law is not like this, especially today, but in civilizations past and in the great religious Hindu empires of India, there were such equitable courts of law, with enlightened men of justice, where sentences and punishments were meted out upon careful scrutiny of the individual, his particular dharma, and the duties and expectations it bound him to uphold. It is through the sanction of the gods that the Hindu undertakes the practice of yoga, that orthodox and strictly Hindu science of meditation that leads to merger of the many with the one. Yoga is the culmination of years of religious and devotional service, and can only be successful with the support of the gods, who are the sentries guarding the gates of the various strata of consciousness. This sanction, once obtained, can and does allow the Kundalini force within the core of the spine to safely rise and merge with the Supreme that all Hindus know is the Absolute, timeless, causeless, and spaceless. But first, much work has to be done. Thank you, Gurudeva. Much work has to be done. That's a nice concluding statement there. Have a wonderful day.